Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I had the honor to collab with the amazingly talented Syboulette, and I'm extra excited for this video actually, and here is how all of this happened. I posted this on Twitter. I was complaining about not having proper windows for A-frame houses, and then Syboulette came out of nowhere and commented that I should drop a shell, and that's what I did. And she then created matching CC windows for the angle that I was going for. I sent her this shell. This is a very plain and boring shell. This was just all about the angle, and she then created this amazing CC set, and this set is available on Syboulette's Patreon. It's available from now on, and it's available through her Patreons, and on May the 4th, it's going to be available publicly for everyone on her Patreon. Please check out the description box to check out Syboulette's Patreon, to check out the CC set and show her some love. And thank you so much for collabing with me, Syboulette. This is just such a huge honor and you are amazing. So let's build this A-frame village. So I love A-frame houses. Recently I had created a really small one, like one small A-frame house, but this time around I was going for a whole village. This is a 64 by 64 lot in Henford-on-Backley, one of the very rare 64 by 64 lots in this game. And here you can already see how I'm working on the first A-frame houses. So I wanted to build multiple A-frame houses on one lot. This way I was able to combine Syboulette's amazing CC windows in different ways, and I just wanted to try different combinations and really wanted to show off what you can do with this CC set. And you can here see that I'm following the angle of these windows, and as I've explained, Syboulette followed the angle of the shell that I had sent her, and here you can see how I'm placing a wonderful decoration which is also a part of her CC set, and you can just place it below the eaves. I've kind of used this object in a different way here. I've used it to kind of create a fake eave because I just couldn't help myself. It's just such an amazing object, and I immediately had to repurpose it and had to think of what I could do with this. I've also used it in the front, kind of like supports or stilts for the balcony that I had created. And I was going for this very typical A-frame shape, but I also added like another section in the back just to make this house a bit bigger. I wanted this to be the main house. I wanted this house to really stand out in the center a bit. I've also used some Island Living glass floors. So as I've said, I'm using this wonderful CC set, and the rest of all the stuff that I'm using here is just part of the game. Lots of debug objects as well, so it's just the game plus this amazing CC set, and I'm just so excited for this. Recently I really wanted to like branch out more, wanted to be more open to use CC because I love CC. I've talked about this before in the past. I was kind of addicted to CC actually, like before I started my channel. I really love CC. It's just amazing. My builds were like 100% CC, and the challenge was to build without it when I started my channel and when I wanted to upload to the gallery. And I feel like at some point I really got so used to not using CC and to just taking on that challenge of using what the game has to offer, then I kind of forgot about CC a little too much because I really love CC and I just had so much fun to use it here. It was just so amazing to finally have proper windows for this A-frame shape. Of course, you could also use these windows for all kinds of different things. Like Syboulette really made sure that all these windows are matching, and you will later see how I'm creating some type of window pattern on a wall. You can really use this set for different things. The swatches are amazing. It's just really amazing. So if you like CC and if you like A-frame houses and if you generally want to have windows like this, please check out Syboulette's Patreon. You won't regret it. She's just so talented, and also honestly so nice. I'm so happy to have met Syboulette. She's like the sweetest. We've talked about the whole process and we're like chatting a bit, and she's just the sweetest. I'm her biggest fan now. Like, she created the CC set and she's just generally the sweetest, and I kind of want to learn something in Blender, not essentially to create CC, because I don't really know if I could get good enough to create CC, but I wanted to learn how to do stuff in Blender for the longest time. Some of you might know about the donut tutorial, which is kind of the infamous Blender tutorial, the tutorial everyone is doing to learn Blender, most people, and I kind of feel super inspired to try this. And you should of course also check out Syboulette on YouTube and just everywhere. I'm going to drop all her links in the description box. In her streams, she actually talks about how to do what she does, like all her CC magic, and it's just amazing. Like, I don't even know what's happening when I watch her streams, because I don't know how to do that, but like, you can really learn a lot of stuff and you can create your own CC maybe one day. So Syboulette is such a huge inspiration. At this point, I've created the first A-frame house in the center, and now I'm decorating. These rocks are from Eco Lifestyle. They are amazing. They have this alpha CC look, as I like to say, that looks super realistic. The textures are just amazing, and this is a random bush that I found in debug, and I just used it to add a bit of vegetation here and there. And this rock is also from Eco Lifestyle, I think. So lots of debug rocks, and my idea was to have this slope on the right side leading up to the house. I used some stairs at the top to connect the terrain with the this level, so it's functional. And then I've used some terrain paint, and the Sims are just able to walk up that slope. As I always say, the main indicator here is using terrain paint, because as long as the terrain paint kind of works on your slope, it's not too steep and your Sims will be able to walk on it. But as soon as you won't be able to change the color using terrain paint, it's too steep and it's not going to work. So this is like such a great indicator. So even if you don't want to use terrain paint for your slope, for your build, you can still use it as an indicator. Then you just delete it. You just use the eraser tool and get rid of it, and that's it. So I was going for some type of farming theme, so I decided to use these planting pots here, and these are just for decorative purposes, because I'm going to use different plants to make this look really cool. But I'm also going to use some empty planting pots in the back of the lot, and then I'm also going to use the garden patch from Cottage Living, just so your Sims can really grow their own vegetables. I didn't just want to have a decorative one in the center, but I totally felt like creating something like this. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, I guess. It looks cute, but it's also functional, so it's like everything is on this lot. Luckily it's a 64x64 lot, so you can just squeeze in anything kind of. I've used lots of debug plants, but also regular plants for this, different bushes. And here I'm using a fence from debug, which is from Outdoor Living. At this point, I really started to add more details. I wanted to have a nice contrast between this very modern vibe, because Syboulette's windows look very modern and beautiful. A-frame houses in general have such a modern vibe to me. And then I just wanted to incorporate lots of plants and the whole farming idea. When I usually think of farming or cottage living and Hanford on Bagley, which is where I'm building this, I really think of rustic builds, rustic farms, but I just wanted to combine two styles here, so we have a very modern vibe but also the whole farming aspect. And of course you could also add different things like a chicken coop or something. I just didn't really want to go into detail here when it comes to the whole farming idea. I just want this to be about growing veggies and stuff, but you could just add like more things and really turn this into a proper farm if you would like to. Here I'm building the second A-frame house, and I copied the roof because I had figured out the correct angle, and I just copied it so I was able to build the second one easily. And here you can see the different windows and how I'm combining them, and they look so stunning. Look at the tiny ones, and then we have a square one, just different ones, and this amazing door with open doors, which just looks so amazing. And I added another roof piece just to have another area where I could use these amazing windows, and this was just so much fun, and creating these patterns is just amazing. And again, I used this object to create this kind of look, to have a decorative eave. and then I landscaped more. This is the flat base game bush, as I like to call it, and I just placed it to hide the slopes. When you hold shift on your keyboard, you can automatically duplicate objects, and that's what I did. And here I'm adding a bit of pink, because at this point I decided that I would like to have a pop of color, to have this nice contrast between modern and clean and minimalistic. And the whole farming vibe, I just wanted to have a bit of color here and there, so it looks a bit more inviting and colorful. So I decided to place lots of cherry trees. So my choice of color was pink, like a soft pink, and then I also added more like flowers to the planting pots and stuff to have this nice pop of color. And here you can once again see how I'm using the windows to create this amazing pattern. So this house is like super sun flooded. It's like a glass cube. There's one wall missing at this point, like the windows are missing, but I'm also going to add windows to this wall eventually. At first I wanted to leave this wall like this without any windows, because I wanted to use this wall to build a kitchen, because it's always super stressful when you don't have any wall to build a kitchen when there's just windows all around. It's always tricky to find the perfect spot, but eventually when I started to furnish this, I decided to build the kitchen in a different area, and I just wanted to have this glass cube, and I turned this into a bedroom. And yeah, there are 3 A-frame houses in total, and you could use it for different things. You could use this as a rental lot. I mean, we now have the option to just turn any lot into a home to go on vacation. You could just turn this into a lot for a big family. You could do all kinds of different things with this build, and the whole idea, like having all these different tiny houses, some type of village, is a bit different. It's not like a traditional family home, but you could use it for all kinds of different things. And yeah, it just depends on your gameplay style and what you want to do, but I just wanted to try something different, and I just had so much fun building this. Here I'm placing more debug fences, and the very tiny one that I've placed in different areas is actually from Journey to Batu from debug, and it's just so stunning. I don't know why I haven't used it more. As I've said so many times, Journey to Batu has some of the most amazing build by objects, very out of the ordinary, very versatile. So no matter what you think of the Journey to Batu gameplay, the whole idea behind it, build by is just really amazing in Journey to Batu. Like, such a great pack when it comes to build by. And here I'm expanding the whole area. I wanted to connect the farming area in the center with the slope, and I've used this terrain paint. I was really hesitant to use this type of terrain paint because it looks kind of very busy. There's so much going on, but I wanted to try something different, and I think I've never really used this one, so I just decided to give it a go. And then I used the debug rocks from Equalize style just to have some type of like frame going around it, because I didn't want to use more fences for this. And then I just decorated more. I wanted to have a bench here and there. And here I'm working on the area where you can actually grow some vegetables. So this is the proper farming area. I built one in the back, one of the left, and later on I'm also going to add one to the right side. So there is like plenty of space to just have the farming experience kind of. And I then decided to use this fence to really fence off the complete lot, so it looks really finished and polished. I really wanted to have a fence everywhere, and I had so much fun using terrain paint. Actually, I don't really use terrain paint that often, but here I wanted to just try different things, so it really looks like a tiny farm area. This is a base game wood plank. I just wanted to add more details, so at this point I started to add more and more details. At the very beginning the whole build looked more simple, but then after I added more stuff and more plants, it really came along. And here I'm finally furnishing. This is the house in the center, the one that I started to build first at the very beginning of the video. And I started off by working on a kitchen. Each house has just one bed, so there's like one bedroom in each house. It's like a tiny house, open floor concept, so you essentially have 3 individual houses or apartment units, however you want to see it. So as I said, you could use it for different gameplay ideas maybe, and I was going for a very modern vibe. A-frame houses always give off this Scandinavian vibe, and I was kind of trying to have this IKEA look in a way, so I was trying to have a very modern vibe, and it was kind of difficult to furnish this because as soon as the build is smaller, I struggle, you know this, and I just tried to make the most of the space that I had. And here I just placed a base game painting. This was added to the base game in an update very recently, and I just used Tool to rotate this because I wanted this to be like over the sofa and looking like this, but it's such an amazing painting. I've used it in my most recent build as well. Some people were speculating if it's CC or no CC gallery art, but it's just a base game painting, and it looks so amazing. It's by a Brazilian artist, I think, and it looks stunning and such a cool item to be added to the base game. This is the bedroom area, and I've used these small cubes, the shelves that I love so much, from Dream Home Decorator to have some type of walk-in closet situation, and also of course a mirror, just different things. And I just wanted to decorate this, but not too much. And you can see that I've used one of the diagonal triangular windows as some type of room divider. As I said, Syboulette's windows are so amazing, and they can be used for all kinds of different things, so you could also use them to have some type of room divider situation going on, and just so amazing. I still can't get over this. This is like so fun. And here I'm using the smaller windows just to have just some sunlight in this bathroom, but also a lot of privacy. So these windows were just perfect, and I just placed them up there, a shelf right below so I could place the plants over there, and the plants are from the Blooming Rooms kit, and I just wanted to have a bit of decoration here and there. And I've also used the Island Living glass floors for this, so it's like super sun flooded from the top as well, but I still wanted to add some windows, so it's like not a weird room without any windows. And this is the second house actually. Here I had already built the bathroom at this point, and here you can just see how I'm working on the kitchen and stuff. I didn't include the third house. It's also fully furnished, but at this point it was kind of repetitive because it's just 3 individual houses. A very modern vibe, but all of them are furnished, and all of them, like the whole build, is available in the gallery. I'm going to upload the build to the gallery, and I'm going to add the link to Syboulette's CC to the description box, as I said. So what you do is you grab her CC, the Windows CC set, and then you put it in your mod folder, so it's in your game, and you just grab this build from the gallery. My ID is KateEmerald. Make sure to activate the CC filter in the gallery, so it's showing you lots which use CC when you look for this lot in the gallery. And then you just grab this build from the gallery. You have installed Syboulette's amazing CC, and then everything should just show up, and you can just place the lot as it is, and you have her amazing CC in game. And not only will you have this build here the way it is here, but also you will be able to create your own amazing A-frame houses using Syboulette's amazing CC. And this is it. Here you can see lots of screenshots. As I've said, you can grab this build from the gallery. My ID is KateEmerald. Make sure to activate the CC filter in the gallery. And make sure to check out Syboulette's amazing CC set on Patreon and all her other socials. You will find all the links in the description box. Thank you so much to Syboulette for creating these amazing windows. This was a huge honor for me. And now it's time to thank my wonderful Emerald Patreons. A big thank you to Ape God Betsy, Asia, Dawn Bryce, Saturated Spark, Shannon McClam, Talena Lynn, and 2 Cats Tailoring. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Thank you to all my other Patreons. Thank you to all of you for watching this video. I love you. I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.